Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Noita, where some stuff has transpired since the end of the last episode. You can see I went ahead and took homing shots. I was like, homing shots is usually going to be good. It's just that it's really annoying that it doesn't let me shoot exactly the targets I want to shoot all the time. But on the whole, it's probably positive despite my bad experiences with it. And then I was immediately rewarded with a wand that had like 8 copies of Deathcross in it. So this is our current combat wand. Critical on oiled enemies is sometimes valuable. And of course it is that tree wand that very occasionally spawns in the Hisi base. So it's also got always cast crit on wet enemies. And then just Spitterbolt with Deathcross, Sparkbolt with Deathcross, and of course the incredible homing power. Like, it seems pretty good. It has 154 mana charge speed, so we're actually able to, fire this off pretty consistently. It has been solid so far. Of course, I wouldn't be at max HP if we didn't have Vampirism, though. Combat's still difficult. We also got Electricity Immunity and Projectile Repulsion Sector, which I think is, pretty strong as a general defensive perk. We have a pretty decent Digging Wand, and then these two things, which I just now picked up. There's some stuff going on in here. We'll definitely play with these a little bit, but that's not what I want to focus on right at this moment. What I want to focus on at this moment is that I figured out how to bottle liquids that you can't swim in. It turns out if you throw a bottle into a liquid into a pool of liquid, it cushions it pretty well and the bottle doesn't break. And then it just drinks up all of that liquid. So part of the teleportation, all of the teleportation that is currently in this bottle is from a dog wizard that I fought further up in the jungle. And then I dug this, and we're going to see if we can steal enough teleportation here to try out pouring teleportation into the hourglass. It doesn't look like very much. I'm hoping. Okay, that was enough to kill that thing. It hasn't... I'm wondering if we can dig this in such a way as to, get that to roll down without destroying the bottle itself. Here, let's try it from this side. Thank you, bar. Thank you, bar. Damn it. Well, shit. Apparently I entered the vault. I don't remember entering the vault. Okay, rinse that off. Listen, it's fine. We can't be too far down, right? Yeah, okay, we're near. I was gonna say the teleportation doesn't take you that far. So yeah, nice high rate of fire, actually able to sustain the shooting. This has oil on it, so we can't really drink that up. Okay, I need to get back. I don't know where we are relative to where we were. Okay, it looks like this is probably the area right under the normal temple. One thing I like a lot about this wand from a digging perspective is that I put a bunch of charges of drill on it, or digging bolt, just to lower the recharge time of the wand. But incidentally, that means it digs really, really well at the end of the wand, like at the tip of the wand, which is a thing that digging bolt is sometimes not so good at. This is annoying. Okay, we're just gonna let ourselves in through here. It turns out, as long as you don't trigger the cave-in, you maintain the ability to use the area to edit your wands. Sadly, all of the fish were killed by the servant of the gods, who had at me a little bit over some things that were not my fault. 100% not my fault. Also, we have a big pool of blood in here from some things that happened, so let's just have ourselves a little feast. Okay, there we go. So, that didn't quite work the way I wanted it to. Yeah, unfortunately, while I was in the temple above this one, just figuring out what I wanted to do with my spell editing, 3 of those huge green spiders climbed in and totally ruined everything and spawned in a servant of the gods, and so we had to deal with all that noise. The environment in Noita can sometimes be a little bit hostile. It was a real actual concern. So, I mean, I'd like to fill this bottle up, actually, if we can. I'm a little surprised that I was suddenly teleported. I'm not really sure how that happened. Yeah, like, we definitely did not touch any teleportation there. But I got hit with a pretty serious level of stain. Alright, let's just see if we can pick up our bottle and maybe... I'm a little leery of throwing it back in. I'm worried it'll break. Because there really is not a lot of liquid there anymore. And you can see I was trying to dig a hole down to it, and then several of the really big flying Hisi guys came at me, and I had to reapportion a little bit. Okay. So yeah, I don't know if I trust that. It's 55% full. We got like 20% out of that eye. Let's see if we can dig into one more eye. Get it a little bit. I mean, there should be plenty available. The jungle's not exactly clear. I mean, I made it down, but of course not in an optimal state. There also were worms running around, which had made me a little nervous, but it looked like the probably that worm body that we saw down in the vault is the worm in question, so hopefully we're cool aside from that. But yeah, like I said, it's a pretty good combat wand, in fact. Now, we are not explosion immune, so we do have to be a little careful with it. I really wish that, like, random air in the background couldn't be on fire. I really don't like... I gotta say, this is probably my least favorite thing in the entire game. I really don't like the background tree elements that randomly become foreground whenever it would be annoying for them to do so. I don't actually think this wand is all that compelling. I should probably have dug out some of this stuff. Actually, you know what? Hold on a second. We have some spaces clear. Oh. I'm just saying, like, if we're gonna head up, if we're trying to get ourselves ready to test whether we can teleport into the big steel eye, we should probably make sure that we have spaces left open in our spellcasting area. Here's what I think we're gonna do. We're gonna just step back in here, deep enough that it lets us edit wands. And then we're gonna throw away all of the concentrated light out of this wand. Just, like, keep it down here for later. Yeah, I don't think we want to be carrying this. And then that way we can afford to dump this wand without losing any components that we might use for later spellcasting. And actually, yeah, let's just make a little bit more room. What if I wanted to grab everything inside the big metal eye? Well, now I can. Alright, let's do this. Let us continue to experiment. Who do you think you are? Oop. Tiny little invisible terrain catching my, my death crosses. Trying to make them into actual death crosses. How dare you. Okay, let's find ourselves another portal that we can feed off of the teleportation of. So do I even want to take you? I don't think so. I don't think this wand has any value to us. But yeah, like, look at how effective that is. Now let's look around a little bit. So on any enemies who can, like, see me and who are going to come and bother us, to do it now before I start digging a hole, so that they don't fill my hole with their fluids. Just everybody, I'm asking you politely just to let that slide. Pretend you didn't hear that sounding the way that it sounded. You know, we're all, listen, we can all be adults here. You know, actually looking at this, there are characters underneath the portal. If I was an 8-word, or an 8-letter word underneath the portal, what might I be? We're gonna look at that in a second and see if it is of a shape that might just simple substitution cipher over to teleport. Actually, it is. The first and last characters are the same, and the second and fourth are the same. So, okay, that might be our first little bit of translation knowledge. This could say teleport. Are there any other 8-letter words that would make sense? Boy, what a thing to have to try to think of live on camera. We'll worry about that later. Alright, so I want to build like an elbow joint in here just so that we're not potentially taking fire from outside while we're trying to do this operation. It's a pretty good digging wand, but like, you know, digging through brickwork, always annoying. So I think I had failed to say, but my plan here is I'm feeling pretty strong. I think we're in a really good position with this Death Cross wand. So I think, and especially with projectile repulsion sector, I think we have a real shot at maybe doing some stuff in the Wizard's Den. So I think we're going to dig over to the Wizard's Den, but before we do that, I want to go explore, see if we can, in fact, generate a portal to the Great Big Steel Eye. And if that does work, then we can get the stuff out of it. And if we can't generate a portal, I can still go find it. I don't remember exactly where it was, but we have a pretty powerful digging wand here. Can probably just make my way over there. And then we'll build ourselves some real cool wands, and we will consider trying to be a little careful here, because we sure were kicking up a lot of teleportation moments ago. All right. So a little bit less angle. Boy, it moves out at such a speed. It's very concerning to me. 82%. That's pretty good, man. Trying to create a situation here where I can grab that. Shit. Well, I forgot to switch back to the dig. Okay, never mind. We're not doing that thing. I guess let's just... Boy, I do kind of want to go up there and find it, though. Alright, I might do that. I think I'm going to do that. I'm not going to make y'all come with me. I'll see you in a second. Hey, check this out. I got back up to the Hisi base here, and while I was here, I figured, you know what? This is a place that's, like, full of enemies who bleed blood. I may as well finish exploring it, right? Because, like, it'll be very easy to heal off any damage I take, and also I'm very well equipped for this area. And I discovered a huge vat of teleportation, like, quite close to the rooms. So I think what we're going to do here is just dump this ambrosia. Ambrosia seems real useful. Someday, I'm gonna make some actual use of some ambrosia. For the moment, though, I need this bottle. And I mean, maybe we could just refill it afterward, although if I'm honest, what I want to do is obviously refill the bottle with blood after we're done with it. Now, how am I going to get the bottle back out of the teleportation once it's in there? This is a great question. I think my plan is just to drain the pool and, like, hopefully that'll work. It stopped filling. Why did it stop filling? There's so much okay, well... let's... Oh, because I think it landed on the top. Well... Okay. Is there stuff down here? Yeah, there's a layer of blood. I don't know how this is going to work out. But I think what we have to do is drain the pool down this way and then try to recreate the situation. This is going to be a nightmare. This is going to be such a nightmare. Is any of it? Nope, none of it's just like going past. That's very annoying. It's very annoying that that landed with the neck side down. So this turns out not to be a great way to fill a bottle. Probably not totally ideal, although I don't know how else you would do it with teleportation. Try to just accelerate this process a little bit. We're going to do all this, and it's going to turn out this isn't even the right thing to do, right? Like, that almost has to be the outcome. At this point, after all this work. There's a room over here that I've not seen. It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell if there's anything in there. So that didn't drain as much as I wanted it to. Okay, we're going to try to grab this. Nope. Okay. Cool. Fine. Everything's fine. So, do I think I can... Oh, no. It didn't... Right, this isn't deep enough. Well, shit. The answer is no, I don't think I can fill the bottle this way. Okay, okay, okay. But we got a nice pool going down here. All right. Well, shit. I had it like when I first picked up teleportation using this method. When I got the blood pool off of the wizard, the pool was much shallower than this, and the bottle didn't break. So I figured it must be pretty safe to do that. It is insane that that broke. All right, we're gonna try one more time. Then I'm gonna not have a bottle anymore. So it's been a long time since we've adventured very much without a bottle. So I really need this one to not break. I do not like not having access to water. Okay. So we're gonna try throwing this at a little bit of an angle this time. God damn it. I don't understand why that's breaking. It definitely shouldn't be breaking. Okay, well, that's just super annoying. I guess teleportation, maybe like different liquids have different like viscosities, and so you don't get a cushion from teleportation because it's too thin. It doesn't interrupt the physics enough. Well, whatever the reason, I am now mad and also sad. Both sad and mad, a terrible combination. So I guess we're just gonna dig through the wall and find the eye chamber the way we found it the last time? Yep, I guess so. Okay. It could have gone better. It could have gone better. Obviously, I sure wish we had any bottles at all. Hopefully we can pick one up somewhere in this next area. I did find this broken wand in the Hisi base, so I guess we have that. I did manage to dig out to the eye. It had some interesting stuff in it. This copy of Phi, which casts every projectile spell in the current wand, in theory, could be used for some... I have no idea what you would use this for, but in theory it could be used for something. And then, not really a lot beyond that. This makes a projectile cast lightning in random directions, which is to say we are definitely not using it, and in fact, I'm just going to go ahead and discard that. Yeah, and then I found this wand that had a bunch of weird garbage in it. We're probably just going to throw it away, but whatever. I did find, in this wand originally, 3 copies of Spiral Shot, which I've never seen before. It does this, and it says that it does 5 damage, but I'm assuming it's like each one of those projectiles does like, I don't know, 5 damage a frame or something. Maybe one of them would be consumed if it touched a person. It seems like it might be actually okay as a combat spell. It's certainly costed like it's pretty good, right, at 50 mana drain and limited charges. So I don't know, maybe we'll try it out. But I've moved our main combat thing over to this wand because it has a little bit better mana and also it has 1 extra slot. So we got critical plus, and now we're casting both the projectiles at the same time. I don't know if heavy shot's gonna kind of like ruin the magic because it may not be useful at such a long range anymore, but I guess we'll find out. I don't know, that seems okay. Where'd all that sludge come from? And so I guess our goal is just to make it down to the next area, right? Like I said, I want to do the Wizard's Den, but there's no sense going over there before we've gotten as powerful as we can get. So I think what we do is we try to clear this area, get there through the thin wall from the Temple of the Art, and then hopefully we're big and powerful and we're actually able to figure out what's going on in there. Fingers crossed. Nope, that's pretty dangerous to misfire like that. Yeah, it looks like the heavy shot is completely overwritten by homing shot. I mean, like, it's slowing the projectiles down, but it's not actually making them fall or anything. So, pretty good combination then. Gosh, I wish we had a bottle of water. If we can find a bottle, it'll be easy enough to fill it with water. That's just... is that... yep, that's just a huge vat of acid. Okay. Let's be, like, really fucking careful. Okay, this seems like it could go very poorly if I'm not, like, very, very cautious with this stuff. Is that one still... yeah, it's definitely still alive. damn homing projectiles I can't actually shoot at. There we go. That robot over there who desperately needs to be shot at. You know what's going to be super annoying? If I get sludged, I'm just going to have to sit there. I won't have the... Oh, God. Ow. What on earth? There's some very serious missiles. Yeah, also the fire. Also, I can't do anything about this fire except wait for it to end. There we go. I got a little blood on me. Yeah, this is going super well so far. Really, really happy about our situation. I need blood. I need blood that is not... I need unadulterated blood. That is not a very good wand. So yeah, I guess for right now, like, our only goal is just get downward. And Death Cross is really, really powerful with homing shot. Like, absurdly so. We'll just fire a couple of those over there and see what they get. So remember, the Spark Bolt has a collision trigger, but the Spitter Bolt has a timer trigger. So we do get some amount of... We do get some Death Crosses without necessarily having to have made contact with anything. So we can just fire them sort of into the void in that way, which would not be a good idea otherwise. And get some results. Oh boy. Okay, okay. Wow. That thing just combos you completely relentlessly, huh? I hate that. I really, really would like that shot to go this way. Whew, okay. One thing about this setup is that it is not very good at dealing with large numbers of enemies quickly. It's pretty good at dealing with large numbers of enemies, but it takes some doing. There we go. Alright, well, I guess we just dig a drain for this for the toxic goop. Somehow I have become toxic goops, despite the fact that I guess when you are affecting a liquid with luminous drill, it just gets on you sometimes, even if there's no way for like the particles to have splashed up on you. Yep, because like that's a huge amount of crap. Well, may as well just grab this at this point. Having no water sucks. There we go. So we definitely need to be very focused on downward right now. Remember, I am electricity immune, although random fire can still be a problem. Do I just dig downward? Probably, right? It's remarkably hard to descend here. How is he still alive? Oh boy, that's gonna be a nightmare. Why don't we just go this way? Alright. Brickwork. Happy to see the brickwork. You know what? We're just gonna leave. I don't need this. Oh, I didn't anger any gods. Okay, interesting stuff over there. We're gonna go and dig ourselves a murder path for our buddy, the servant. He usually doesn't come after us until I walk over toward the perks, right? So we have plenty of time to like do a thing here. So this is what I've been doing on the many occasions. I would say roughly 60 to 70% of games where the gods become angered in one way or another. Usually not my fault, but you know, sometimes my fault. So let's dig ourselves a little path above here, and then we'll lure him forward and zap him through the brickwork when he comes too close. It seems quite consistent. Dude has a lot of problems with this strategy. That should be sufficient, I think. And now we just got to use a combination of fancy footwork and the projectile repulsion sector to not get murdered before we could get him over here. I might also just be able to damage him out, but like, why take a risk? Let's just create a lot of noise. Maybe we'll get something out of him. All right. Easy. Video games are easy. Nope. Hey, give me the rest of that money. Oh no, his bone dust trapped me. Oh god. Okay. He did stop and kill all the fish, because he always kills all the fish. I don't know why. Copy random spell. Is that a thing you want to do? High mana, low capacity, gold is forever, or I think we're rebuying on this. Okay, I do think these all suck. I mean, I guess this gives projectile resistance. Yeah, you know what? Honestly, especially since we're planning to go to the Wizard's Den, I think we're gonna potentially use that. So, just the word explosion. I mean, freeze charge has some benefit. Copy random, I can't imagine that being good. So I guess we're cool to just continue then. You grab another copy of Spitterbolt with timer. Honestly, it's a lot of money. Oh, right. So don't go that way. Dig down through here to maintain the editability. This is it takes a little bit of doing. There we go. That crystal looks real mad. I guess after a certain point you just stop seeing bottles? I guess I hadn't really noticed before. Because, you know, for the same reason that it probably is true, after a certain point you just don't care about bottles. I didn't mean to touch that. I mean, not that it's a big deal. It's not like we have anything in particular we were saving it for. I just figured it'd be good to have... If we don't need the refresh, it'd be good to have the refresh available. Yo! Please don't do that. Friend? Okay, there we go. No. Don't tumble down. Okay. So actually, are my wands in the state I want them in? Yeah, pretty much. I suppose having all-seeing eye available might be smart, but we kind of know what direction we're going in anyway, right? Now, sadly, I think very little of the stuff in this area bleeds blood. God, we really can commit a huge number of explosions very quickly here. And also, like, the initial projectiles themselves really do quite good damage now that we have heavy shot. Okay, there's blood. There's a fair amount of blood. Do the big beetles... I thought the big beetles bled slime. Maybe I'm wrong about that. But get out of here with your polymorphin nonsense. So we could just dig through quite easily from the right wall, anywhere on the right wall. If we go down to where the wall is thin, we'll get through, like, very, very fast. I should probably be careful with this. I have to be very cautious not to accidentally blow myself up. Oh, right. I forgot about that. Well... not to be in a place where, where that's going to happen. Wow. You guy's corpse did a totally sick McTwist there. I guess we're gonna find a way around here. I gotta say, that is a very cool and effective trap, the cursed rock thing. That's a neat idea that I'm just very bummed out by at the moment. You think these diamond, like all this diamond could be worth something? I guess I don't really understand the mechanics by which the gold is worth anything. Who exactly is accepting the gold when we buy a thing? Right? It just sort of disappears in exchange for the stuff. Oh no, he's on the other side of a wall. Okay, that looks like a bunch of lava, so maybe just be a little careful here. I mean, I guess a big part of that, right, a core part of there not being any shopkeeper character here, is that the moment you start putting, like, intelligible characters in the thing, you're removing a layer of mystery. But another equally critical part is that the moment you've got a shopkeeper character, you've got people killing the shopkeeper character, right? And especially with Noita being so, like, with you in Noita being so powerful and kind of unpredictable, having the ability to engineer such a large range of solutions, it would probably be pretty careful, or pretty difficult to keep the shopkeeper safe in any like, real way. I see you. Little dude. Players would figure out a way. Right? So you'd either have to... You wouldn't be able to do the thing that a lot of games do, where you try to make it, like, a difficult trade-off. You would probably, in Noita, just have to make the shopkeeper invincible. And then you're not having any fun at all. I am pretty curious about that wand. I mean, there is a holy mountain at the bottom of this. Maybe we should be going down there. You know, before we go do incredibly difficult stuff, just, like, try to make sure you have as many perks as possible. That's probably true. I would be very happy to pick up, like, the ability to edit wands everywhere. I cannot believe that guy survived all that. Whoop. This is basically just wand rerolling money, right? Oh god. Oh god. It's a bad time to run out of levitation. Okay, everything's fine and good and normal. Ah, I did not see that trap. See, it looks like I can maybe, like, mulch up the beetle bodies on purpose with this thing? No. Huh. I'm not sure how I was creating blood. It's happened a couple of times now. Obviously, a source of a lot of blood, a reliable source of a lot of blood would be an awfully nice thing to have. Okay, so now he's got homing death crosses. But what he does not have is a delivery system. Although I guess the death crosses don't damage him, right? We know that from past experience. Fortunately, the initial projectiles totally still do. And we have, like, reasonable crit chance. So that looks like a thing we don't even care about. Hold on, it has a modifier in it that's maybe interesting, though. Alright, everything's shaking. It's always a good sign. What is this? Projectile casts copies of itself with a downward trajectory. Well, I don't think we're keeping this wand, and I don't think we care about anything in this wand, so yeah, let's grab that. I'm sure it's a thing that has very limited copies. That is Cursed Rock. Stupid homing projectiles. Ah, what are you doing? Apparently they decided that pot was a serious problem. Not sure why. Sure, for a second there, I thought they had turned on me, though. I'm not 100% clear on what is happening here. It's just random explosions on the ground. Alright, a little bit of blood would be nice. If we could find a pool of unadulterated blood. So I do sort of want to go down the wall here, even though we're not planning to leave immediately. Just because, like, you know, it'd be good to clear this area so that when we come back up, we're not likely to take any damage. Yeah, I'm feeling like pretty okay combat-wise. You know, 6 out of 10. Somewhere around there. Alright. Oh, this thing. Oop, that was bad. So this guy is a problem, right? Because of, reflections. And I was like, well, we'll just be really clever and we'll not hit him with any projectiles directly. But if you blow him up, he has his own way of countering that. So we gotta make sure that we are behind cover when the explosions happen. Come on. Please just die. I guess you should just always run from this thing. It seems like it's probably not worth killing. But I do hate to be followed by an enemy eternally. Okay, we got there eventually. Yeah, like, it's definitely safer to kill him. It just takes a very long time. Stupid traditional arrow thing. Okay. That is a lot of Giga Death Cross. I mean, like, the mana on this wand is definitely compelling, but it has shuffle. After a certain point, shuffle wands are just, like, useless. Okay, I'm having a hard time triggering that trap. You know what? Let's just go around it. How about we do that? Sadly, the digging bolt is not strong enough to dig through the stuff close to the wand at this point. These are too real. If I kick it, is it going to blow up on me? We're not going to try it. We're just not even going to try it. Okay. So here is the laboratory. Which last time was not actually a thing that went anywhere. Yeah, it's just... okay. Well... so wait, I don't remember. Does the last... I don't know. It doesn't much matter. I was going to say, does the last teleporter even take you to a holy... hold on. I see you. Pretty solid base damage there. Does it take you to a holy mountain, or does it take you directly into the room? I guess we're not actually at the bottom of this yet anyway. Because if it doesn't take you to a holy mountain where you could potentially get a perk and stuff, then I guess there's no reason to actually go all the way in there. I'm feeling uncertain of myself now. Because it wouldn't, like, need to, right? Alright, let's go see what that wand is. Can I see it? I see the trap. And also the other trap. This doesn't seem good at all. What is that? Okay, just extra... yeah, this doesn't seem good at all. What is even the... okay. Well... I guess there's not really a lot of harm in just going and looking, right? Because we can just dig back out. I don't know exactly how that works. Maybe the sand could just chill the hell out. There we go. Just lure him upward a little bit. Yeah, okay. It is a normal. It is a normal thing. It just has a hole at the end of at the right end, right? So we should definitely go over there and have a look in a moment. Let's just real quick here dig ourselves a plan. And then we'll come back up from here, and we'll even leave the... I'm going to endeavor, at the very least, to leave the health refill in this one, because there's not a good reason for us to take it, and it would be nice to have a thing I could fall back to in case we get, I don't know, horribly damaged somehow while exploring the wizard's den. Feels like a thing that might happen. Honestly, this is probably good enough right here. Let's give myself a little bit more ability to stand right above the roof. Okay. Not very impressive spells. Okay, that one is fall upward. That's interesting. I don't think we've seen that before. Okay, got his attention. Alright, I do believe that's a victory. I'm pretty sure he just has no way of fighting. I used to find him so terrifying. You know, I would like the money though. There we go. Alright, so I saw no drowning. We could take no drowning, I suppose. This is the extra life, 100 health. I mean, that's not horrible. Maybe we could reroll. We could reroll once. So, like, what would I be looking for? I do think extra life is pretty good. We don't actually need Breathless. The only place that we wanted to explore that we didn't explore before when I was looking for Breathless was the volcanic lake. And, I mean, obviously, this is not going to help with that. This is not a good solution to that problem. So, yeah, I guess just reroll, right? None of this stuff is terribly relevant, so it doesn't matter that it's going to take us far out of range. Show me something fun. Okay, there's fun stuff here. Fire immunity actually is very interesting. Especially with us not having any liquids. Like, melee immunity I do think is generally good in the game, but yeah, I think we're going to take this. In the Wizard's Den, I don't think there are that many melee enemies. Actually. So I guess let's just dig back up toward the thing here. Got ourselves as powerful as we're getting. Fire and electricity immunity is really nice. I think I would rather have explosion immunity than either of them. Yeah. I wonder if something actually happens from you angering the gods repeatedly. Because if not, you would expect that it would no longer give you the message after the first one, right? Should I... Hold on. So... This thing actually does not have a limitation. Like, a lot of the interesting modifiers are limited, which makes them a little tricky to use. But we can fire this thing as many times as we want. So do we want to build something with this? Like, what could we build that would be interesting? I guess, like, just Downwards Larpa Death Cross would produce a lot of quickly homing explosive projectiles. So that might be fun. Let's see if that works the way I want it to. There's a non-zero chance I'm going to blow myself up a small amount here. I guess actually I only want there to be one spell in the wand though, right? Let's just see what that does. So it's like, as long as it's active... Oh, right, it's homing in on something in the distance. I don't know where that's going. Okay, I mean, that's interesting. I think that there is value in keeping this set up the way it's set up, especially because we don't have explosion immunity, so we don't always want to be doing this. But yeah, this wand now has, like, actual value and utility. And this wand probably gets thrown away. I don't really want to have a completely full spell bar, you know, in case we encounter stuff. We probably don't need another copy of Digging Bolt. Oh, you know what, though? Digging Bolt has considerable utility as a spell that reduces recharge time. We should probably try Spiral Shot at some point, but I'm thinking it's going to be that. And then, like, do we want to put All-Seeing Eye on a wand? Also, I guess is a consideration. Because, like, maybe we don't need this as badly as we need a wand that can do that. You know, honestly, that's probably true. So do we need... You know what we don't really need is Black Hole, probably? Right, what does Black Hole do that Luminous Drill does not do? I think the answer is, basically, just get distance into Cursed Rock, but then we can't follow it into the Cursed Rock anyway, so who cares, right? Alright, we'll do it like that. Back to getting the hell out of here. So I don't for sure know. Just upward. Generally upward is a good idea, right? I mean, we want to end up going through the wall, but I don't want to dig up to the right into the wall because I want to make sure that I know where we are relative to the rest of the biome. If we just end up inside the wall, we're going to have that horrible experience of not knowing whether we are yet there, and it can be really annoying. I think the wizards in the Wizard's Den mostly do not bleed blood, which is a real shame. I mean, obviously there's the one that bleeds teleportation, and I think a lot of them just don't bleed. So you really want to bring some bottles of blood in there with you, if you're the kind of person who, like, has managed to maintain a stock of bottles. I don't know how you would accomplish such a thing. It seems like a Herculean feat to me. Positively superhuman. I think I'm digging up in, like, the thickest part of the brickwork. So usually you can see it, you can see the surface, like, almost immediately from the top of the temple. I was really expecting this to be a faster operation. You know what? I guess, you know what? This portal is different. This teleporter is a little special. I guess it just takes you further down. Hopefully not too much further down. Because we've not done this. We've not dug up from here yet. Really appreciate the drill, or the digging bolt. Apparently Tiffany in the other room does not appreciate it as much. She's got strong dog feelings. Something is wrong, and no one is walking or petting me. Yeah, we might, we might be in a much larger block of brickwork than I was expecting. So there's a big seam over there. That's interesting. I mean, the brickwork texture just has a big seam in it, right? Unlike most others. We've seen that on multiple occasions. But maybe that's indicative of something. Maybe it changes in some way over there. Okay, now we're getting vision above us. We must be, yeah, we're right at the surface. Okay, that's just the final teleporter takes you deeper. I mean, I guess that makes sense. They've got to have room for the they've got to have room for the room above the boss fight where the lava comes from and stuff, so we're fine though. Everything's fine. Everything's very normal and fine. Am I going to regret not having taken free life? I don't know. I'm sort of regretting it already. Alright, so here we go. It's a little bit of blood just laying on the ground. It's just got water on it? Yeah, we should be able to refill a little bit here. Be really careful not to accidentally eat like a body while you're doing that. Okay, so we know that the field does affect the luminous drill, so we got to go in considerably above that, but we also know that the wall's real thin here. I do not like how the contrast between the rock and the background is small enough that I feel like I'm having trouble telling where it's actually cut away. It's not ideal. And I don't want to spend another all-seeing eye charge, because we may actually need all of them. Do we know, does all-seeing eye actually work? Like, I know it peeled back the darkness when we cast it in there before, but we have seen the darkness. You know what? In biomes that get the "it's spooky and dark in here" modifier, if you use all-seeing eye, it reveals the area and then the darkness encroaches again and makes everything dark. So I wonder if that same thing is going to happen here. Maybe it will turn out that it was not valuable at all to bring all-seeing eye. I guess let's find out now. So let's let this be our first test. Nope, in fact, it seems to have purged the darkness effect entirely. So, like, how much do we want to dig around? My theory was that whatever we were looking for, it was at the bottom, right? I guess let's descend in the open here because of how much faster it'll be, and we'll see about digging back into the wall if we need to. Okay, that was a no shooting spells projectile, so we're just gonna not do anything for 15 seconds. Fun, compelling counterplay. I really hate the amount of the distance off screen that stuff can hit you from. Like, they should have to be at least a little closer than that. And actually, it looks like they do bleed blood. Good news. So, I guess we want to just traverse the bottom of this, right? Let's try to stay down here. Does magic go through the field? Yes. No problem at all, in fact. Is this dangerous? Okay, it slimes you up really bad. Well, there's nothing we can do about that except, like, sort of stop, drop, and roll it off here. I'm trying to get the blood on me. It's not working. Oh, God. It's not clear to me what makes the liquid come off sometimes very quickly when we're running around, and what makes it not come off at all other times when we're running around. Why would there be a toxic sludge mist? That's not a thing for the wizards. Like, that's not helpful to them. For what possible reason would such a thing... Too worried about this projectile. I think our repulsion field will stop it. That was a huge amount of damage. Again, like, not having a bottle is so bad for you. And it's kind of funny because that's a very trivial threat. If you have any liquid on you at all. What a strange thing to exist in this place. It's just fire in the air, just random fire. I wonder if all of the enemies in here, like, always know where I am. That was pretty cool. That was a pretty cool trick shot. So, you know, like, how much do we need to be watching our back? How much is everything pathing toward us? do believe this one is immune to explosion damage. What it's not immune to is heavy shot. And although he is not immune to the heavy shots, he does seem to take an awful lot of them to kill. Wizards, man. Okay. Wow. I mean, if we get the crits... Well, a crit seems to be a 5x multiplier. If we get our crits, our base damage with the heavy shot is high enough that... Like, it is a terrifying amount of damage. We have 4 charges left. Okay, that looks like something. There's certainly more temple below. I wonder how close that guy can get. Okay, so we found his leash range. I mean, that is maybe extremely inconvenient. It's hard to know. Let's go down here and see exactly what he is blocking us off from. Ooh, hey, that's a kind of enemy we've never seen before. Testing. There we go, testing. Okay, not immune to explosion damage. He seems to be blaming the ghost. So yeah, I think this looks right. I think whatever we're looking for, it's down here. Well, I really wish I hadn't taken 200 damage from fucking toxic sludge, from the most basic threat in the game. Now we are fire immune and electric immune, so we are immune to some of the effects of the different devil's attacks, but I'm pretty sure the main component of their damage is still explosions. Oh no. Oh no. I shot the guy who makes you teleport to him when you shoot him. Oh god. Oh god. And now we're in firing uncontrollably mode, which is bad news, obviously. Oh. Swirly projectiles make it so that the repulsion field has to be placed a little bit differently. Yeah, I was not thinking about that, but the presence of those guys who teleport you to them when you who swap you when you hit them means that firing at enemies from far away, firing at enemies you can't see and aim at very precisely, is actually like intensely dangerous. So, boy, I don't know. This area just seems very, very hard. I think we had a really strong run there, like a very unusually strong run. Okay, we've maybe seen all or all but one of the types of wizard now, at least. Yeah, this... I don't know how we're going to deal with this. What I do know is that that is going to be it for us for today, and thank you all so much for watching. When you come back next time, I don't know exactly what we'll be working on, but hopefully it'll go a little bit better than this did. And we'll see you then.